King Charles's secret midnight order stuns Prince William, the royal decision that changes everything. Welcome to B News. What kind of decision does a king make at midnight that leaves his heir and future queen completely speechless? On November 30, 2025, King Charles III made a choice that has sent shockwaves through Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, and every royal residence in between. According to multiple sources within the palace walls, Prince William and Catherine were summoned to an emergency meeting in the early hours of December 1 to be informed of a decision that had already been made, a decision that fundamentally alters the succession plan, challenges centuries of royal tradition, and raises urgent questions about the stability of the British throne. This wasn't a consultation or a family discussion. This was a king informing his son that the future William had been preparing for his entire life might look very different than anyone anticipated. Before we reveal exactly what Charles decided and why it has the entire royal family in crisis mode, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because this story is developing hour by hour, and the implications are staggering. Drop a like if you're ready for the truth about what's really happening inside the palace, and let's dive into the midnight decision that has everyone asking, is the British throne actually in danger? The decision that King Charles made in the late hours of November 30 involves a radical restructuring of how the monarchy will operate for the next decade, and it's a plan that Prince William was apparently not consulted about until it was already finalized. According to palace insiders who spoke on condition of anonymity, Charles has signed formal documents that fundamentally change the timeline and structure of the transition of power to William. The specifics are still emerging, but sources indicate that Charles has implemented new protocols that would give him significantly expanded authority to make decisions about the monarchy's future, including the ability to alter succession planning, modify the roles of working royals, and potentially even change how titles and responsibilities are allocated among family members. What makes this particularly shocking is that these changes were made unilaterally, without the extensive consultation with William that would normally be expected when decisions of this magnitude are being considered. The midnight timing itself is significant, suggesting that Charles wanted these documents signed and sealed before opposition could be organized or alternative approaches proposed. When William and Catherine arrived at the palace in the early morning hours of December 1, they were presented with a fait accompli rather than invited to participate in a decision-making process. The immediate concern among those close to Prince William is what this decision reveals about King Charles's intentions for his reign and his relationship with his heir. For years, there has been an assumption that Charles, having waited longer than any heir in British history to become king, would view his reign as a transitional period, maintaining the monarchy's stability while gradually preparing William to take over. The expectation was that Charles would increasingly delegate responsibilities to William, involve him deeply in all major decisions, and create a smooth pathway to the next reign. But this midnight decision suggests a very different vision. Charles appears to be asserting his authority as king in ways that limit William's influence and autonomy, potentially extending his own active reign much longer than many had anticipated. Sources close to William describe him as stunned and betrayed by both the substance of the decision and the process by which it was made. Catherine, who has built her entire public role around preparing to eventually be queen consort, is reportedly equally shocked by changes that could significantly alter or delay the future she's been working toward. The couple spent several hours at the palace on December 1 in what witnesses described as tense and emotional discussions with Charles, but ultimately left without any indication that the king's decision would be reversed or modified. The broader implications of this royal earthquake are only beginning to become apparent, but they are deeply concerning for anyone who cares about the monarchy's stability and future. If the relationship between Charles and William has deteriorated to the point where the king is making major structural decisions without his heir's input, it suggests a level of dysfunction that could prove fatal to the institution. The British monarchy has survived for over 1,000 years largely because of its ability to manage transitions smoothly and present a united front to the public. When that breaks down, when kings and their heirs are at odds, when decisions are made in secret and revealed only after the fact, when family members are shocked and speechless rather than collaboratively planning, the entire foundation becomes unstable. Public confidence in the monarchy depends on the belief that there's a clear, stable plan for the future, that the institution is being managed responsibly by people working together toward common goals. Charles's midnight decision shatters that image and raises frightening questions. What else might the king decide unilaterally? How will William respond to being sidelined in decisions about his own future? Can the monarchy survive this level of internal conflict? And perhaps most critically, Is the throne itself in danger, not from external threats, but from the dysfunction within the royal family itself? So here's my question for you. Do you think King Charles was right to make this decision on his own, or should William have been fully consulted before anything was finalized? Is this a king protecting his authority, or is it a father betraying his son's trust? And what do you think William should do now? Accept the decision and work within these new constraints, or push back and demand changes? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below, and make sure you're subscribed to B News with notifications on, because we'll be bringing you every update as this constitutional crisis unfolds. If this report opened your eyes to what's really happening behind palace walls, hit that like button and share this with everyone who needs to know that the British throne might be facing its most dangerous moment in generations. This is B News, where we never stop asking the hard questions and never accept the official story when the truth is so much more complicated. Until next time, stay informed, stay skeptical, and remember, power struggles happen in every family, but when that family wears crowns, the consequences affect us all.